branch. "Hey, miss, the welfare office. It's down that way," branch manager Derek Coleman said, waving toward the exit with this super smug look. His voice was dripping with that stuff that gets under your skin. He cut right in front of Dr. Amara Williams, blocking her from the VIP counter like she was just some lost person. He checked her out like, head to toe, and wrote her off quick, like she didn't belong. The whole bank got quiet, right? Like 12 people looked over, eyes wide, and someone started filming with their phone. Dr. Williams just stood there, still as could be, her leather bag at her side, in this navy suit that cost more than Derek makes in a month. That fit her great, but he didn't even notice. Her platinum card sparkled as she moved her purse, and Derek announced to the whole bank, "Security, we got someone here who doesn't get how we do things." Guard Johnson looked like he wanted to vanish, and some old lady behind drive. Williams shook her head, grossed out. "Ever get sized up just by how you look?" Dr. Williams stayed calm. "All business. I'm here about my account," she said, cool as anything. Derek laughed, loud and fake, and turned to everyone else like he couldn't believe it. "Per account, lady, this is First National, not some place you cash checks." That was harsh. People shifted, not happy. Some girl by the door got her phone out, typing super fast, probably going live. Dr. Williams said, "I think there's been a misunderstanding. Can I talk to someone about my bank stuff here?" But Derek crossed his arms and talked slow and loud, like to a kid, "You got ID? Do you even have an account?" Like he already knew she didn't. Behind the counter, Sarah Martinez felt sick. She'd worked there 8 years and never seen anyone so rude. Something about Derek just felt plain wrong. Dr. Williams checked her phone. 2:50 p.m. 10 minutes until my 3 o'clock meeting. This should be fast, she thought. But Derek totally missed the point. He smirked and said, "If you need to cash a check, we close at 5 p.m. Plenty of time. But honestly, the little bank down the street might be better for what you need." Just then, an Instagram notification popped up. "Everyone, look at this discrimination happening at First National Bank." The view count jumped 23. Then 47, then 89 in seconds. Mrs. Henderson, a 73-year-old who'd been banking there for 30 years, stepped closer, her shaky hands grabbing her phone. She looked mad. "Sir, I really need to get this done fast. Drive," Williams said, pulling a business card from her fancy leather briefcase. Derek waved it away and called over Patricia Webb, the assistant manager. "I don't have time for this, Patricia. Tell this person that premium services need account verification." Patricia came from behind the loan desk, embarrassed. She'd heard everything and felt awful. "Derek, maybe we should just do it the right way," she said quietly, but he cut her off, looking dry. Williams up and down. "This woman says she has accounts here, but look at her. Does she look like our usual VIP?" The words hung in the air. Sarah gripped her pen, her pulse speeding up. Mrs. Henderson was recording, her lips pressed together in anger. Dr. Williams's phone buzzed. A text from the mayor's office, gone as fast as it came. Derek saw it but twisted it. "Personal calls can wait. If you're here to do real business, get in the regular line," he said, pointing to a line of 6 people. "Or go try that other bank I mentioned." The live stream hit 156 viewers, comments flying in. "This is awful. Get her name. Someone call the news." The girl streaming whispered, "This manager is being totally racist." Dr. Williams stayed calm, but her jaw tightened a bit, a hint of frustration showing. "I'm not asking for anything special. Just normal customer service." Derek snapped back. "Normal customer service is for normal customers with normal accounts, not for people who wander in and act confused." Guard Johnson came over, looking uneasy. He'd been in security for 12 years and knew trouble when he saw it, but Drive Williams's calm vibe made him hesitate. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to." "Officer Johnson," she interrupted, "could you give me just 2 more minutes?" He stopped, surprised she knew his name. His name tag was tiny. How did she? 8 minutes, Drive Williams mumbled, checking her phone again. Another text. "Boardroom's ready for 3. Derek, too busy to see her worry, raised his voice. "Look, I don't know what you're up to, but this is a real bank. We deal with rich clients, not people begging for money." A few people gasped at the begging comment. Mrs. Henderson stepped up, still recording. "Young man, that's not okay." Derek snapped, face red. "Ma'am, this isn't your problem. Disrespect is everyone's problem," she shot back, sounding wise. The stream was at 324 viewers. Sarah texted someone real quick. "Emergency at downtown branch. You gotta see this." Upstairs, Tom Bradley, the regional manager, put down his coffee when his phone buzzed. He knew Sarah wasn't one to fuss over nothing. Derek was feeling himself, not knowing his job was about to implode. Dr. Williams opened her wallet and out flashed a black American Express Centurion card. Super exclusive, invite only, no limit. Derek saw it for a second but just said, "Plastic's cheap these days." 5 minutes, she said quietly, to herself. Derek Derek had it. I'm calling the police to remove you for trespassing. He dialed 911 like he was putting on a show. The lobby was silent except for the comments blowing up. 412 viewers now. Yes, 911, this is Derek Coleman, branch manager at First National Bank downtown. I need someone removed now. Dr. Williams just watched, not moving, tracing the business card he'd ignored. Derek kept ranting. We have someone aggressive here who won't leave, disrupting things, and scaring customers. He was straight up lying. Drive. Williams hadn't yelled or even moved aggressively. You need to understand, this is serious, he said, covering the phone. Trespassing is a crime. Mrs. Henderson spoke up. That woman has been polite. You're the one being aggressive. Derek's face went even redder. Ma'am, please stay out of it. The stream jumped to 547, with comments blowing up. This is nuts. Sue them. What's her name? Sarah felt sick. She knew Derek could be a jerk, but not this bad. Dr. Williams checked her watch. 2:52 p.m. Officer Johnson, can you ask the dispatcher something? Ask if it's really trespassing if I'm here to do banking. Johnson's cop instinct said Derek was wrong. Derek, maybe we should. No, she's trespassing. That's it, Derek barked. Sarah texted Tom again. Derek's calling 911 on a black customer. He's lost it. Get here now. Tom ran to the elevator, his heart racing. The live stream had 698 viewers. Jasmine, the streamer, whispered, okay, this is getting real. The manager's calling the cops on this lady just for trying to do her banking. Dr. Williams checked her phone and saw a text from her assistant, James Morrison. Board members are early. I think we should start at 2:55. She texted back, a little late. Start without me. I'll be there in 5, tops. Derek saw her texting and sneered. Calling your friends won't help you, ma'am. The police are on their way. She replied calmly, I understand. Patricia, who'd worked at the bank for 12 years and been through all the discrimination training, felt uneasy. This was wrong. Derek, maybe you should check her account first, she suggested quietly. Patricia, don't encourage her. She's not a customer. Just look at her. The elevator opened, and Tom stepped out. He looked around, saw the phones, Derek on 911, and the calm black woman in the middle. His stomach dropped. Derek, get in my office. Now. I'm handling security. Tom. Just 2 minutes for the police to arrive. Hang up the phone, Tom ordered, his voice loud. Derek looked annoyed. Tom, she's trespassing. She says she has accounts here, but she won't show. Hang up. The dispatcher's voice came through the phone. Sir, officers are about 5 minutes away. Dr. Williams spoke softly. Tom, it's okay. Let him finish. Tom froze. How did she know his name? Her calmness worried him. Derek, tell them it's a mistake, Tom urged. It's not. Derek argued. Tell them. Tom shouted, and you could hear the panic in his voice. Derek was stunned and stammered. Dispatch, we have a misunderstanding. Cancel the call. You don't need us to come anymore. Yes, cancel it. The chat blew up. What just happened? Why did that other manager freak out? She must be somebody. Dr. Williams looked at her watch and said it was 2:54 p.m. Tom, I think Derek wanted to see my ID. She handed him her business card. Tom took it, trembling. He turned white. Derek, do you even know who this is? Derek grabbed the card. Some random card won't. He stopped short. Dr. Amara Williams, CEO, Williams Capital Holdings, board chair and primary shareholder, First National Bank of Georgia. The card fell to the floor. Sarah covered her mouth. Mrs. Henderson whispered to her camera, oh my gosh, she owns the bank. She literally owns it. The stream jumped to 1,247 viewers. Jasmine gasped, wait, she owns the bank. Johnson stepped back, realizing the trespasser was the actual owner. Derek's life flashed before his eyes. 15 years of work, the promotions, the awards, the house payments, his daughter's future, all gone. I didn't. What about my card? Dr. Williams asked, her voice soft. Tom finally spoke. Drive. Williams, I'm so sorry. Derek's behavior is not okay. She held up her hand to stop him. Tom, I came here to share some good news, to talk about our new community investment plan. Though his part hung in the air, the lobby felt like a stage, with 12 people there and over 1,000 watching online as a career ended. Just a sec, she said quietly, grabbing her phone. James, it's Amara. At our downtown Atlanta location. Derek's face went white. Get Derek Coleman's file. Employee ID 7749A. How did she know his employee number? With so many workers. The online chat blew up. OMG, she's the owner. He's done. James, get his performance stuff from the last year and a half. And Tom Bradley's reviews, too. Tom's face went pale. Dr. Williams, can we talk in private? I didn't know. Derek stammered. Didn't know what? That I owned the bank before you had me kicked out. Before you called me a threat. Before calling 911 on me for being in my own building. Her words hit hard. Derek almost fell over. Sarah watched, horrified and fascinated. Her phone was blowing up with texts from other managers. The news was rocketing through Atlanta's small banking world. Mrs. Henderson adjusted her phone to record better. "Young man, you need to say sorry." Derek was silent, realizing how badly he messed up. "James, what's the program worth?" $2.3 million for loans to minority businesses. The thing I was here to announce. The word was like a knife. "Looks like we need to rethink if the downtown branch can be part of it." Derek's eyes went wide. His project, the thing that would get good PR and a promotion, gone. "Dr. Williams, we'll handle this." "Derek doesn't speak for us, doesn't he? He's been a manager for 15 years, learning and doing discrimination the whole time." "James, get the reports about following the rules for the last 5 years. Any complaints about discrimination?" Derek went gray. All those issues he ignored. The black teacher, the Hispanic couple, the Muslim woman, all misunderstandings. Now they were a pattern that could ruin him. The stream had 1,847 viewers. The local news was on the way. Patricia gathered her courage. "Drive. Williams, some staff members aren't happy with how Derek acts. He's not a good representation of us." "How long has he been assistant manager?" 3 years. "How many times did you see him acting biased?" Patricia didn't say anything. "I saw things, but I didn't think it was right for me to say something. It's everyone's job to say something. When people stay quiet, prejudice gets worse." Dr. Williams glanced at her watch. 2:57 p.m. "Tom, the board meeting starts in 3 minutes. I'm waiting for investment funding plans, even the branches." The message was clear. Money for staff, tech, and ads was on the line. "Dr. Williams, I made a big mistake. I wanted to protect the bank's image." "Whose version of the bank's image?" "The bank should stand for treating everyone with respect. Plus, it's the law." She had a point. The Civil Rights Act and ethic regulations were in place. "James, tell legal to look into our fair lending compliance. We might need to tell the regulators." Derek was falling apart. An investigation would ruin his career, with no companies wanting to hire him due to the violations. The stream's chat went wild. "She's ruining him. This is justice." Johnson shifted uncomfortably, understanding the shift in power. Mrs. Henderson said to Dr. Williams, "Honey, I've worked here for 30 years. I've never seen anything like this. Do what you think is best." Her strong support was important, as this longtime customer being shocked meant the community would be against them. "Thank you, Mrs. Henderson. Your story means a lot." Tom saw the problem. The branch was losing its good name. The hashtag banking while black hashtag was becoming popular. Competitors were watching and regulators were inspecting. "Dr. Williams, how can we fix this?" "Start by realizing the damage Derek caused." "James, what's the stock price?" "Down 12 cents. We lost $4.2 million in market value." Derek sank into a chair, his face in his hands. $4.2 million lost because of his prejudice. His wife would see the video. His daughter would ask questions, and his neighbors would talk. Sarah walked forward. "I recorded the security footage if you need it." "Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate you being proactive." Derek realized, "You can't fire me for one mistake. I have rights, and a union." "Derek, you called 911 on your boss for being in her building. You went against anti-prejudice laws while 1,200 people watched. The union lets us fire you for hurting our name and breaking compliance rules, both of which you did in the last 20 minutes. The stream had 2,156 viewers. Hashtag banking while black was trending across Atlanta, and the story was everywhere. Derek's phone vibrated. His wife texted, "Check the video on Facebook. Call me ASAP." This was the start of something bad. No one was going to forgive him online. Dr. Williams said, "James, tell the board I'll be there in half a minute. Got one last thing to deal with." Then to Derek, "Here's the deal. You can quit and get a neutral reference, or we fire you and document everything." Tom held his breath. Quitting was better than getting fired. Derek just stared at the floor, his career in ruins. "If you quit, you can at least control the story. Find another job somewhere else." It was a kind offer, maybe too kind. Everyone was waiting. Mrs. Henderson adjusted her phone. Sarah was anxious, and Johnson leaned in. "I need a minute," Derek said. 30 seconds, tops. "The board wants to know about the branch's fitness." The term, operational fitness, made Tom shiver. It meant closures were possible. Derek looked around. Customers were watching. Over 2,000 people were online, and the video was awful. "I quit," he said quietly. The lobby let out a collective breath. "Tom, start the process now." "Security, please escort him out." Johnson moved forward. Derek stood, unsteady and pale. "Derek," Johnson said, "just one thing. In your 15 years here, how many black customers did you treat like me?" Silence. "That's what I thought." She turned to Tom. "There are bigger things going on here." Derek shuffled out, his footsteps the only sound. No one cheered him on. The stream was brutal. "Bye, Derek. See ya." Once he was gone, drive. Williams spoke to the staff. Tom, Sarah, Patricia, we need to be totally open about this. I want the branch's performance data for the last 5 years. Tom's throat was dry. I can get those reports. James already has them. She dialed a number. Pull up the downtown dashboard. Satisfaction scores, demographics, complaints. She paused, her face growing dark. Minority satisfaction is 2.1 out of 5. Overall it's 3.7. How do you explain that 1.6 difference? We never broke it down by demographics before. So, you never looked for discrimination. Sarah spoke up. Some of us noticed patterns. Derek asked minority customers for more paperwork, questioned them more aggressively. When we said something, he'd say we were too sensitive. Patricia agreed. It's true. He treated people differently based on how they looked. We should have reported it. Tom, you're in charge of making sure we follow the rules. How did you miss this? We do monthly visits, and the numbers look good. You were looking at the wrong numbers. You were focused on the target demographic, not the community. The stream was up to 2,847 viewers. The news was outside. James, what's our legal risk? I see 17 violations of fair lending laws, 12 uninvestigated complaints, and 6 cases of unequal treatment. The fines are $25,000 each, so we're looking at over $400,000. Dr. Williams, let's get this fixed with training and new rules. Fixed. Derek called 911 just for banking while black. This shows a deeper cultural problem. Mrs. Henderson said, I've been here 30 years and constantly see people treated badly. It's not just Derek. This is terrible. If long-term clients caught wind of these issues. James, when was the last diversity check? James, 3 years ago. Sensitivity training, bias programs, tracking who banks with us. But none of it was ever put into action. Stair-cut glass. This is what happens when we ignore these issues for 3 years. The internet is angry. We were warned, and nobody cared. It's all systematic. Sarah said, not all warnings were ignored. We have papers showing the incidents. She whipped out her phone. Photos, notes of bias. Why didn't you go to corporate? I sent emails to our and the regional manager. They tell me Derek's bank records looked good, and any issues are subjective. They told me not to stir the pot. Tom turned white. He was the one who brushed her off. Tom, you ignored clear signs to prioritize money over people. James, get the papers ready for Tom's firing. Now. Tom almost passed out. I got a family, a house payment to make. This is Derek's fault, not mine. It's your fault when you blew off clear problems for 3 years. The story is blowing up. 3,200 people are chatting about it. Hashtag banking while black is trending across the US, and is now being discussed in the media. Sarah, you're running this place as the manager for now. Make those diversity rules a reality. Sarah's eyes grew wide. Thank you. I won't let you down. You already proved it by keeping records of bad behavior and trying to address it. Tom said, that's not fair. I followed the rules. The rules allowed racist behavior, broke the law, and cost us millions. To everyone, here are the new rules. Treat everyone the same. Any complaints should be checked out right away. All staff has permission to step in if they see bias. The message is clear. Change or face the music. James, what are the effects? On stock, down 18 cents. That's $6.8 million in value lost. Set up a press talk. Reforms, leadership, and our word to do better. To witnesses, this branch will be the perfect example of an inclusive bank despite what happened today. Sarah, we need to fix what's broken, not just to PR. Operations need a complete overhaul. She grabbed her tablet. I'm putting the dignity first plan into action right now. People watching the live stream saw things changing and started asking questions. Someone commented, what's that about? Are they fixing things? Patricia, check the rules. Get rid of anything that hurts certain groups more than others. Got it. We'll make sure everything's fair. Mrs. Henderson asked, customers are watching. How do we know this won't happen again? Good point. We'll have a way for people to give feedback at each location. It'll be anonymous, and the company will keep an eye on it. Sarah jotted down notes. Real changes were happening. Plus, we're doing training to stop prejudice, so people don't treat others unfairly. Smart move. No one stayed silent. James, start putting money into expanding. We're talking $2.3 million plus $700,000 to win back trust. People were surprised. That's a lot of money. The message was clear. The community won't pay for what happened. Sarah, how do we rebuild trust? We need to reach out, say sorry, and look at what went wrong. We're getting in touch with everyone who filed a complaint. Johnson said, I should have stepped in. I'm sorry. We know that admitting we messed up is the first thing we need to do. Our security training will now include spotting prejudice. 4,100 people were watching the live stream. News reporters were outside, ready to report on how things were changing. Sarah, everyone has to do this training tomorrow. It's 40 hours on skills, prejudice, and being helpful. If you don't do it, you're fired. No arguments. Mrs. Henderson told the camera, see, they're fixing the system. Her support meant a lot. James put together a timeline for a statement. We need to admit what we did wrong, explain the changes, and show where we're putting the money. Patricia, can you find out if certain people were treated unfairly in the past? Check the data to see if happy customers had anything to do with Derek's shifts or our outreach efforts. Very thorough. Sarah, let's create a program to reward people who report prejudice. It takes guts to do that. People in the comments agreed. Rewarding the right thing. This will fix racism. As they were getting ready to leave, someone said, what happened was awful, but we can learn from it. We can use this opportunity to change how things work at every location. They paused at the door. That $3 million project starts next month. It's all about serving the people Derek let down. 3 months later, the downtown branch showed real change. Sarah greeted everyone in the lobby, and it felt like all kinds of people were welcome. The feedback was great, 4.8 stars from everyone. The difference in scores between groups disappeared thanks to the changes. The bank invested in 47 minority-owned businesses, giving chances to those who were left out before. Derek, who used to sell insurance in Alabama, had his career ended because of an ethics case. Tom had a hard time finding work because of past carelessness. Mrs. Henderson became a sensation, with 2.3 million views, and became a voice for change. Her video started a movement with the hashtag #BankingWhileBlack, and banks started getting training. Dr. Williams studied the bank's new way of doing things at Harvard. At first, the bank lost $12 million, but the changes helped them gain back trust and improve things. Now, you see different faces and people don't feel judged or scared. They feel like they have a voice. As Sarah said, every bias is a chance to change, and that message spread to lots of fields. It proved that being strong but quiet can beat prejudice. Documenting things helps overcome being stuck, and having courage makes things different. Change needs people with responsibility and power, witnesses to speak up, and putting people's dignity over making money. Your voice is important. Write down injustices, ask for people to be responsible for their actions. Share this if you think everyone deserves respect. Comment about times you beat prejudice. Subscribe to Black Voices Uncut for stories of strength that overcome prejudice. Every voice, every story, every act of courage starts waves of change.